What's up, Throttle Squad? Wind and Wrenches here with another episode of Blown Smoke. Your favorite YouTube series.
Favorite thing to watch during the week because we put it out every Monday. Well, every Monday as far as we can put out.
Making your Mondays better. Nobody likes Mondays. Fuck Mondays. Blown Smoke makes it better.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
weekly updates. Weekly updates. Craig, you got anything this week?
I love my shirt, my Wind and Wrenches shirt.
Speaking of Wind and Wrenches,
washed it, wore it again. Fucking love it.
Speaking of merch, go check us out on Teespring. Down here at the bottom of the screen, you'll have the link, and also down in the description below, go get you some of that custom Wind and Wrenches merch. Constantly coming up with new ideas. We just put out, last week, we just put out the new 20-minute shirt, so go check that out, because you know you want one of those.
You guys have no idea how long it took to make that goddamn shirt. There was arguments, fights, screaming at each other. FaceTimes.
It wasn't a 20-minute, I'll tell you that.
It should have been a 20-minute. It should have been a 20-minute. Wasn't a goddamn 20-minute.
Definitely wasn't a 20-minute.
We got a 20-minute shirt out. So check that out.
20-minute shirt comes from, you know, if you go to do a job, say we're doing the grips or we're doing the bars or whatever. Like, oh, this should be a 20-minute.
20-minute project.
Should be a 20-minute, as that's why the shirt says should be a 20-minute.
But with us,
that's typically how it happens.
We
usually say, oh, this should be a 20-minute.
Yeah. 3 hours later.
And we're constantly coming up, trying to come up with new ideas and stuff.
But yeah,
for merch.
Check out the merch. We got t-shirts, we got long sleeve shirts, we got hoodies, we got leggings, we got fanny packs, we got socks.
Speaking of leggings, the leggings might be going away. I'll talk to you after this.
So we shouldn't promote the leggings.
Yeah, maybe.
Did something else happen after you texted me?
Yeah, kind of sort of. But I'll talk to you. Yeah, so go check out all our merch.
Did the butthole rip?
No, the butthole didn't rip.
Just buttholes everywhere?
No, the butthole didn't rip.
Hey, if you like buttholes everywhere, get our leggings.
So
if not, we might not have it anymore.
Updates from me this week. I put the shock in. I got the new shock. If you didn't see it on Instagram, go check us out on Instagram. Wind and Wrenches on Instagram. I'll put the link here and the link down in the description below. Go check us out on Instagram. We update there daily, except for Sundays. It's the only time we don't update.
Did you film it all with the shock?
I did. Now, there's a short explanation for the filming. Now, the shock is in, and it rides amazing. But short explanation for the filming is I filmed halfway through it. I got halfway through it, and a buddy showed up for me to change the brakes on his bike. Well, I stopped filming, and then I changed the brakes on his bike, and then him and another buddy were there. We were shooting the shit. We were talking. I continued to work. As I continued to work, I did not continue to film. So I am going to make that more better, and I'm going to take it all back apart and not take the shock back out, but pretty much to the point to where you stick the shock in and show you what I did from there. Now, the video is halfway done. I will refilm the second part of the video and then put that up from there. But yes, that video is coming out within the next future. So yeah, so I put the shock in. I still have some more parts still showing up that the videos will be coming up from those. I'm just waiting on parts to come in.
Want to tell the incredible story you told me on Thursday night? Because that shit is fucking
crazy.
Awesome.
Crazy roundabout thing happens. We do have a subject for this video, but short explanation. We really appreciate the community and the stickers and everything that they did for the replacement. But a really roundabout thing is happening to where I'm pretty sure, about 96% sure, I'm getting the trunk lid back.
From your old wrecked bike.
From Scarlett, yes, from the wrecked bike. Now, once it actually happens, maybe next week's episode or a future episode, I will explain exactly how it happened to keep this video on the shorter side. But there is a pretty strong possibility, about 96, 97%, that I will be getting the trunk lid back. Now, with that, we greatly appreciate all the replacement stickers and everything that came back for the new board, which that is awesome. The new board, you know, you'll see it in all the videos that we film over at my house.
Yeah.
But the new board is dope. It's awesome. But there is a possibility I might be getting the trunk back, and it's going to be, if and when I do get it back, it's going to be hung up on the wall, and that's just where it's going to be. And then all the extra stickers will go into that. But we'll get there when we get there. We won't go into that. Maybe next week episode or future episode, we'll explain it more often, or more in depth of what actually happens.
Yes.
But yes, to keep this video on the shorter side, we're going to go off of that. So, like I was saying, I do have some more parts coming in for the bike. Those videos will be coming up as soon as those parts get in. You know, with everything going on right now, we know everything is on delay as far as shipping and stuff. So I'm just waiting for parts. That's all I'm waiting for, parts to come in. And with the shock video, that's going to be, I'll explain that later too. And when the shock video comes out, you'll understand it when it comes out.
But just know, exciting things are coming up.
And just know, Pearl rides like a Cadillac now. It's just... It's so nice. And I will say, too, if you do have a Victory Cross Country or a Victory Rose or whatever, and you think about or plan on getting a new shock if your stock air shock wears out, spend the extra money. I promise you, spend the extra money and go with a Penske racing shock from Witch Doctors. It's on their website. They actually come from Penske themselves. But I should themselves. But Witch Doctor sells it on their site, but it comes third party. Get that shock. It's a world of difference. It's completely adjustable from as soft as it can go to as stiff as it can go. It's just a little turn. You can reach it under the bike. I'll go into that more in the video too, but in the shock video. Now I'll probably actually do a moto vlog over it too, which those are still coming up. It's been hot here.
It's starting to cool down.
Yeah, it is starting to cool down, so moto vlogs will be coming back. I know I said that in the past, but I promise they're coming.
Give us a goddamn break.
Just wait.
Jesus.
And like we said last week, the videos, you might get 1 a week, you might get 2 a week, you might get 3 a week, you'll get something. You'll get at least 1 a week.
That's the beauty of the channel. We keep you guessing.
We run it how we want to run it.
So, tonight...
Now we finally get to the subject.
10 minutes in. Goddamn. What we want to talk about is...
If you made it this far, we got a subject now.
Yes, if you made it this far, we want to talk a little bit about...
Post I made it down in the comments below. No, I'm sorry, go ahead. I keep interrupting you.
Target fixation. Jesus Christ. We want to talk about target fixation. Now, anybody who rides a bike, whether it be a dirt bike, a street bike, a fucking crotch rocket, target fixation is a very important thing to know about.
Yeah, this stems off. Both of us watch. I've been getting more lately of watching a lot of Dan the Fireman videos, and he goes over. He'll set and it kind of streams it, or he does stream it, and
he'll show the video.
He'll show the video and
break it down and shit.
Yeah, from there. He'll break down the whole video from start to finish, or what he's doing wrong, gear, all that stuff. And then what happens at the end and how it happened, blah, 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 blah. Go check out Dan the Fireman. He doesn't know us. We don't personally know him, but we watch his videos. And man, I cannot get that out. But we watch his videos, and they're awesome. They're freaking amazing.
Listen,
and it shows you a lot as far as motorcycle safety and riding techniques and everything too.
We're not fancy enough to play other people's videos.
I could figure it out.
In our
maybe at some point we'll figure that out.
But not right now. But I do think target fixation is one of the most What do you mean? Well, explain to him what do you mean by target fixation. So, target fixation is, I mean, it doesn't even have to be on a bike. You can do it in a car, but I mean, it's mostly for bikes, whether it's a street bike, motocross on a track. Wherever you look, your bike is gonna go.
Yeah. So that's like when when you're cornering. Like if you're cornering, if you're looking at the corner, you look at where you want to go, not where you're going.
Yeah. So target fixation is wherever you're looking, you're gonna go on a bike. So, random example, just say you're on a highway or a freeway or whatever, and there's a fucking tire in the road. If you fixate on that tire, guess where you're going?
Towards that tire.
Right into the goddamn tire. But when you look where you want to go, boom, you can avoid the tire, you can do the maneuvers. So target fixation is pretty much focusing on where you want to go, whether that's in a corner, whether that's debris in the road, whatever you're fixated on, that's where your bike's gonna go. And for somebody on two wheels, I think that's a very important / basic principle in riding, is to know how to maneuver around something, or like you said, like a corner.
Well, it comes with experience too. Like you're not gonna. It's not gonna be like a first timer thing. Like more first timers are gonna experience
target fixation.
Than experience.
So have you ever had any instances where
I have, and sometimes it's random too. I mean, it
could be a crack in the road.
Well,
or a fucking bump, and you see that shit, and you focus on it, and like, oh!
It could be that, or like even like sometimes when I'm riding, like sometimes you just start looking at something, either while you're, and I mostly notice it while I'm cornering, because that's most of the time like where you have to sort of kind of pay attention to where you're going, right, on the bike. So like in the corner, like if you start cornering. And obviously you want to go outside to inside, and then, well, if you're on a certain curve, and then vice versa, inside to outside if you're on another curve. But you notice that kind of like if you start gazing off at the guardrail. So if you start gazing off at the guardrail, you'll feel you won't actually notice it until after you almost into it, but you'll start going towards the guardrail. Right, so that's why they tell you it is basic riding principles, safety principles, to look through the corner where you want to go. So you're not actually looking at where you're going; you're looking through where you're going to go. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
you focus on the route that you want to take.
Yeah, you focus on where you want to be, not where you're going. Yeah. So that And like you said, it could be.
So was that your personal experience, the guardrail?
Yeah, I mean that's basically my personal experience. Like, because I've noticed myself, it's not necessarily that I look straight at the guardrail, but it might be something past the guardrail. It might, like, especially out here in California, there's a lot of scenery.
Oh my god!
Like, and you start looking at the scenery.
You start looking at the ocean on PCH or something.
Yeah, or if you're out riding through the curves and the mountains and stuff, and you start looking up towards the mountains, like you're just trying to take in the scenery a little bit while you're riding. Obviously, you want to be as safe as possible, and you should always be as safe as possible. Full gear, helmet, proper everything, and then riding within your limits.
Oh yeah,
because you're not. Because
that's another thing too.
Yeah, riding within your limits. We can do a whole other episode on that, but riding within your limits, you're not gonna. So if one person has 20 years of riding experience and you got another person with 2 months of riding experience, that person with 2 months might want to try and keep up with the 20-year guy, but he's not going to be able to because he just doesn't have the experience to keep up with them. So, and that comes along with experience, and that rolls right into target fixation too. Because a lot of the younger guys will have it. Not necessarily younger guys, but
anybody could have it.
Guys.
And I'll say, like, one of my examples was, it was either last year or 2 years ago when me, Steven, and Jake were doing that ride in San Diego. Like, just a random, hey, let's fucking take a ride, go through the mountains, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And there's one part of the mountain that we kind of caught up with some people on bikes, and they were doing, the like going through the curves super quick. Yeah. And we were kind of keeping pace with them. And there was one point where it was on a mountain road, so it's one lane one way, one lane the other way, and very curvy, and you're going through slopes and fucking cliffs on either side of you. And there happened to be a bike that was, I don't know if they were broken down, but it was parked on the side of the road.
Don't stop for me.
And yeah, Mike knows that. But he had his seat off and like doing something like with the battery, Yeah. And I remember as we were going through a curve, I saw the bike and started thinking like, just in my head like, oh, is he okay? Does he, maybe have a tool that he will need? And I started focusing on that guy. And when I came back to riding, I almost didn't make the fucking curve. Like, it was one of those like clutch, back brake, fucking kind of sliding a little bit, letting go, the back tire catching and, kind of throwing you a little bit.
Yeah.
It made my butt pucker and my heart jump.
Made your butt pucker up?
Yeah. And so, like, I mean, I've been riding since I was a kid. And just, it was that, like, 1 second where I focused on a distraction on the road. And, my bike started going that way. And then before I know it, oh, shit, I got to fucking, brake right, try to stay on the road. And
that's all it could take is that 1 second. Like, all that 1 second of not concentrating on what you're doing to get fixated on something else.
Yeah.
And then you don't realize it, but your body is just going to naturally go towards that subject or that, that thing.
Whatever the distraction or whatever it is.
So, yeah. So, target fixation, real thing. I know we didn't get real in depth with it. If this is something that you do want to know more about, or a subject that you actually do like, or subjects similar to this as far as motorcycle safety and stuff goes, let us know down in the comments below, and we'll do some more
in depth
on this. Yeah, we'll have full episode over whatever.
And also in the comments, let us know, like, what are your experiences with
target fixation?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever focused on one thing and kind of went towards it and not realizing that you're actually doing it?
Yeah, almost wiped out or dumped the bike or whatever. But it's something that on two wheels, it's
more noticeable than in a car.
Yeah. It can happen way more easily, and sometimes it could be way harder to correct.
Yeah.
Once it happens on two wheels rather than four.
Yeah. That all comes down to. Yeah, we won't get into that. Anyways, that's a future episode. But yeah, if you did like this episode and you like the subject and everything, let us know down in the comments below. We'll go into more. Maybe we can start making this a thing to where we start going into more depth of certain things while riding, or riding styles or whatever. Maybe we make that kind of like a little series or something. Who knows? But let us know down in the comments below if you got something else you want us to talk about or focus on or whatever, another subject.
Yeah.
Let us know down in the comments below. Or if you just want to say hi, please say hi down in the comments below. Say hello. Say what's up.
Comment regardless. Even if you want to tell us that...
Mr. KS Guy, we know you're going to comment. So.
Comment.
I think that's good for this episode. I think we're pretty good. I know we didn't go into real deep depth on certain things, target fixation, but we talked about it a little bit. And we'll go from there. So, anything else we need to add? No?
I don't think
go ahead to the subscribe button down on one of these corners. Go to the subscribe button.
One of the corners.
Stay up to date. And like we said, we're getting into the winter here. So, and
it actually sprinkled right before we filmed this. So.
Yeah, it's probably sprinkling right now. But yeah, like we said, you might see one video a week, you might see 2 videos a week, you might see 3 videos a week. We don't know. We're just kind of, trying to up our production quality, up our, content quality, stuff like that. So we're testing the waters out here. So Nothing else?
No, I think that's it.
Hit the subscribe button down in one of these corners. Go check us out on Instagram. We're at, we actually, right before we came out here, checked it. We're at 460 followers on Instagram. So, I know I said by the end of the year, I wanted to be at 400.
Oh.
We hit 400. So we're going to up that to 500 now.
What was our other deal? 100K.
100K subscribers by the 1st of November.
We'll go to Hawaii.
We'll make a trip to Hawaii.
You still got time. Tell your friends.
You still do. Now we are at 193 subscribers on YouTube, and we're trying to hit 200 by the. Trying to hit 200. Trying to hit 200 by the end of the year. So 7 more people, please hit the subscribe button. We'll hit 200 by the end of the year, and that'd be awesome. That'd be our goal.
Share it with your friends or anybody that likes bikes.
Go check us out on all the social medias. If we're not on there, if you search Winter Riches, we're not on there. We're not on there. So go check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. We do what we can on all those platforms, and hit the subscribe button down here. Video over Craig is the most recent video they put up. The video over me is the one that YouTube's just for you. And if you haven't yet, go ahead, hit us with that fizz bump and punch that subscribe button. And remember, always keep the shiny side up.